In this one, when the man first realizes there's a problem with the car, he's probably furious. It's not just the hassle of getting it fixed that's making him upset, but he's probably got an appointment and is going to be late, in which case it must be extremely frustrating and depressing for him. In the end, he can't do anything except try to fix it himself or phone for roadside assistance. He seems to be mulling over what to do. Why he doesn't just fix it himself, I don't know. Perhaps he doesn't know how to. Actually, I do think a lot of people don't these days. I've never done it myself. Whereas in this photo, the situation is quite different. The woman is obviously surprised because she wasn't expecting a cake or party. Her first reaction is probably, oh no, perhaps she's even shocked. But my guess is it won't be long before she's entered into the spirit of the occasion and is having a lovely time. Of course, if she has other plans, it might be a bit difficult, but that'll soon be forgotten. Good morning. I'm Derek, and I'm going to tell you about some research that we conducted at the psychology department of my university on the subject of intuition. First, what is meant by intuition? Well, most people think of it as a sort of inner voice. Let me give you an example. When I was young, I was a real guitar freak and forever dreaming up songs, so naturally I took it for granted I'd be following the music route, ideally as a composer. It would have been easy for me to go along with that, but talking to a friend who was doing psychology at university, it suddenly dawned on me that I could get interested in that too. The idea made me feel rather unsettled at first, but my inner voice told me that I'd really enjoy it, and here I am. Of course, my parents were hugely relieved that I'd finally decided to do something eminently sensible, as they called it, with my life. Anyway, about our research. Our team were interested in finding out whether the unconscious mind can remember things separately from the conscious mind, and what the difference is between intuitive decisions and those that rely on conscious memory. The first thing we had to do was to recruit volunteers. We weren't interested in using people who believed that they were intuitive when they made important decisions, as much as those who thought of themselves as logical. To find them, we asked local businesses if any of their staff would be interested, and advertised in the local press, but without much success. Luckily, we'd also put a leaflet on the notice board at the university and got a good response. What we asked the successful applicants to do was to complete a couple of questionnaires and participate in a memory test. We also asked them to keep a diary regularly, detailing the decisions they took, and saying whether they'd made snap judgments or whether they'd mulled things over.
Jason Clark gave up his high-powered career as a city investment banker at the age of only 35 to become a yoga instructor. Jason, what first got you interested? I can't really imagine bankers doing yoga somehow.
Nobody can, because people still associate it with hippies in the 60s. To tell you the truth, I used to be sceptical myself. Friends swore how yoga had cured their back problems. Colleagues recommended it to deal with pressure at work, but quite frankly, I was unconvinced. If I had time, I'd rather have been playing football, although at my age that was getting a bit much for me. Anyway, in the end, I thought I'd give yoga a go, just see what all the fuss was about, really, and I suppose I just got hooked.
Okay, but it's one thing to practice yoga and another to give up a well-paid job like yours to teach it.